introduction. It was very kind of you. I think some of you know this from your own experience, but Professor McDuffie has been instrumental in bringing a number of fine poets to our campus over the last couple of years, and for that I'm very thankful. The likes of H.R. Stoneback and Donald Junkins, whom you just read that piece. But we also have a fine poet in our midst in Professor McDuffie, as I think many of you know. And inspiration comes in different ways, and I'm talking about little I inspiration here, but one of the things that inspires someone who crafts words is others who do the same. And I have found Professor McDuffie very valuable as someone to spur me on. I'm not sure that I would even be here before you tonight had it not been for his writing, for the opportunities to read his works. And so I appreciate the introduction, but even more so I appreciate the implicit challenge that you keep giving to me. And so I hope that I can bring Maine alive this evening, at least for a bit. Just a quick word about format. For the teacher, most of these poems, as you saw the sort of subtitle, Summer Shorts, are short. And so rather than have you clap, if indeed you wanted to, after each one, and just sort of become a cacophony of clapping, may I just suggest that when we're done, if you feel like clapping, that you would do it then, and we'll dispense with those in between. I appreciate that. And then also at the end, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, either about a specific poem or just some of my thoughts about poetry. I would be happy to entertain a few questions if you'd like. Of course, there's a great danger in mentioning Shakespeare when you're about to read your own poetry, but he has, in his Sonnet 18, he begins, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaf hath all too short a date." Those lines, and of course the sonnet goes on, but those lines in that fourth line there captures something of my sensibility about the place, the location of summer. Certainly we all, I think, in general enjoy summer days, the lazy, hazy days, the opportunities to just enjoy being outdoors when it's warm and not freezing cold in the wintertime. But of course summer also has that place in the midst of seasons, spring and fall, which oftentimes is that mid-time in life. And of course, as you probably figured out with my 6 children, I am in that stage of mid-life. And so I look back, but I also look forward. But one of the things that I never want to forget is what I'm doing right now, or where I am right now, in the midst of life. And so these poems are inspired by places. They're opportunities to sort of meditate and think on those pleasant days, but also recognize that they're a part of something much larger, of which I hardly understand, but still desire to grasp or to think about. And I do that with poems. So I'm going to begin with one that I call Convenience Store. It's a very short poem, and it's just one turn of a thought at the end. And then as I go along, following something of the pattern of the summer, not a specific summer, but sort of summers in my life. Convenience store. The sign propped against the base of the tree entreats pizza, deli, beer, diesel. I guess when beer's not enough. The second one is called Rainy Morning. Left the zebra-striped beach towel on the deck and one of the kids' sweatshirts. Rainstorm blew in last night. Now the courts are wet and the kids don't want to swim because it's raining. The next one's called Campsite, and if you saw it on the page you would see that I've either misspelled it or I mean another word. It's something akin to looking through a pair of binoculars the wrong direction. I imagine everyone has done that. And so this is Campsite, S-I-G-H-T. Our hammock anchors 2 pines, intent on escaping at the first sight of fire, while fire pit rocks hold the grass at bay. Sails in the distance slow the breeze as sand swallows the wavelets. Maples umbrella the rain until the leaves launch batter blotches at our heads. Under a mountain range of clouds, my boys, fireflies igniting newspapers, are flames drawn to moths.